Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Thursday. We're starting a little early today. Just turned 5:15 p.m. Decided to start a little early for a couple reasons. I'm possibly thinking about having the show start at another time. Because I don't know how to put this. This isn't really like a shot at anyone, but because Soup is thinking about, pushing the show back to, I think, like 7 or 6:30, so I don't want them taking my fans. I'm playing. But, I might push the show back to, 5 p.m. We'll see how that works. There's a possibility that I won't be available on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I had put in to change my work schedule to where I would have weekends off. It was available, so I signed up for it. I don't know if I'll get it, but I just signed up for it because who the fuck doesn't want weekends off? So if that does happen, I will move the show to Saturdays at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. I'm not sure what happens. If that happens, I'm gonna need to hit up Sheen to see if I can get a new graphic. So and maybe even get a new theme. But Thursdays is always going to be Soup's. I'm not trying to compete with Soup. I think the thought of the fact that I even said that, I'm pretty sure that would make Mish guffaw, as he would say. So, I'm not trying to compete with nobody, but at the same time, I don't want to take up Soup's spot. So Thursday is going to be their show. So, like I said, if I don't end up working that schedule, I will move the if I don't end up working Saturdays and still a Wednesday and Thursday show, I will just I'll move it to 5 p.m. 5 or like 5:15. We'll see how that works out. So and again, if I do end up working weekends, I'll push it to Saturdays at 5-6 p.m. or maybe even Sundays. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put up a poll. If I do end up getting that schedule, I'll just put up a poll. Do you guys want me to work the show on Saturdays or Sundays? And then I don't know. Again, nothing's set in stone. I guess I'll find out when I get to work tomorrow or sometime at the end of the week. But how's everybody's day going? My day has been okay. My 2 days off have been okay. I unfortunately was not able to watch NXT or I was about to call it Impact. Not Impact. Dynamite. I was gonna say Dynamite, like DTO. Love that show, by the way. New episode just came out. It just so happens I have Dynamite on right now as we're talking. The first match is Kenny Omega versus Pac in a Iron Man match. Whoopee. Which a lot of people were saying was pretty good. I think it was Jason Solomon who said the words. This is NJPW Kenny Omega. So, I mean, it's a solid match from what I've seen, but NXT I didn't watch. I heard not so very good things about NXT. The ratings came out. Week 21, AEW wins yet again. As a matter of fact, I'll just get to the ratings when we, do predictions for Revolution. Because we got to talk about the big dog. And I'm not talking about Roman Reigns. I'm talking about the WWE. I'm talking about Super Showdown. Down. I'm a dork. I forgot to put this up. Come on. Oh, speaking of AEW, I got blocked by Joey Janela. What basically happened, I said basically happened was he posted a tweet where he said if you have a Cult of Cornet, subscription or a membership, then you might as well have a MAGA flag waving in your house or hanging in your house. To which I just responded, "You're a fucking idiot." And of course I got blocked. I didn't even get a response. I just got blocked because I didn't agree with him. Which Joe Janela obviously does not listen to Jim Cornette's show. He obviously just hears the fact that Cornette refers to him and guys like the Young Bucks and Orange Cassidy as these cosplay, flippy kicky, outlaw mud show wrestlers. If you listen to Jim Cornette's podcast, which I do, you will hear him constantly shit on Trump. He is not a Trump supporter in the least. I mean, maybe people who listen to his show are Trump supporters, which I don't know why they would be, because he goes out of his way to trash not just Trump, but people who support Trump. So the fact that he said that, I literally just had to call him out. I just said, "You're a fucking idiot." Plain and simple. You are a fucking idiot. I used to think he was cool. I used to like him. And I was putting Joey Janela over. I thought he was pretty good. Not to say that this takes away from how I feel about him as an in-ring performer, but it just makes me think he's a fucking idiot. He obviously can't take any criticism because you fucking blocked me. So I just thought I'd put that out. There's too many thin-skinned guys in the business. It's weird. You look at WWE. There's a lot of thin-skinned guys there. I.e. Seth Rollins, i.e. Alexa Bliss, Carmella. It's like, ugh. And you look at AEW. Cody doesn't do it anymore. Cody used to do stuff like that, but he doesn't really do it anymore. I think he's learned his lesson, especially since he's a VP. I think he's the VP of the company. He realizes he has to just keep his mouth shut and just focus on, getting. I'm not going to say getting better in the ring because he's already good. He's already great to watch, but just focusing on his company, making sure it gets over. You got guys like the Young Bucks who apparently quit Twitter because of the the Dark Order segment that happened a month and a half ago, or just a month ago. And they had their dad fucking speak for him. So, I think the only company that doesn't really say shit online is Impact. I mean, with the exception of Tessa Blanchard blocking Mish, which fuck her, by the way. I just drinking my drink. Which, that's one thing that surprises me, is that how is it that bitch got a free pass? When you had all these women come out of the woodwork that knew her personally and worked with her and said that she said racist things, that she was a bully, that she tried to hold other women down. And nobody has come after her. Not one person has tried to, I wouldn't say ruin her career, shut down her career, but like one after her. You have Jim Cornette, who is a very, very old school guy, who speaks his mind, knows what he likes, knows what he doesn't like. He's an old school dude from Kentucky. Is he from Kentucky? I know he keeps saying he's from Louisville. And the fact that he doesn't like these cosplay wrestlers, these outlaw mud show motherfuckers, and yet he gets fired from NWA because he made a very dated joke that he made twice before in the 90s and in the 80s. But because he's basically Satan to the internet wrestling community, he lost his job for it. And they were just looking for any reason to just get him fired. And again, you have Tessa Blanchard, who has all this controversy on her. And they decide to give her their title anyway. I don't get it. I got into an argument last night with some people online before. I don't get to that, and it kind of ties into this. But how is it guys manage to have their career pretty much ruined and taken from them for doing something like this, for being known as a bully, being known as a racist or a sexist or whatever? But with women, you don't really seem to hear that happen too much. you look at Amber Heard. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex-wife. She came out and claimed that Johnny Depp was beating her. But then it come to find out, she openly admits, through an audio and also, through voicemail, not voicemails, but recorded phone calls with Johnny Depp that she was actually, abusing him. She did things like cut off his finger. Well, not cut his finger, but cut the tip of the finger. Slap him, hit him, scratch him, hide his medication. She even shit on his bed, which that's just, I don't see how that would do anything for anyone. But, and I distinctly remember in one of the voicemails, or not the voicemails, but one of the recorded phone calls, she told him, no one will ever believe you. And now it's out there that she did all this shit to him. And what happens? She's not losing shit. She's still going to be in Aquaman 2, which poor Jason Momoa, poor James Wan. I feel bad because that movie is not going to do well because a lot of people are not going to want to see it because she's in it. If WB is smart, they need to let that bitch go. Fire that bitch and hire someone else. And I swear to fucking God, if Jason Momoa comes out and tries to defend this bitch, he will lose my respect as a man. He's all about feminist and defending women and loving women, but it's like, well, what happens when women are the ones being the abusers, Jason? If he does that, he'll lose my respect as a man. But they need to fire that bitch. It's the same thing with Tessa Blanchard. It's like, this bitch is being accused of being a bully and a jerk. And yet, she still has a job. She's still a world champion on, I don't know, 5th or 6th most known, company in North America. Known wrestling company in North America. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I had the best way of describing it. A friend of mine, she had posted something about Amber Heard, where I just put, vaginas get paid. Nothing bad will ever happen to women because we live in an era where women can do no wrong. And I don't mean for this to be like this huge, I call it a Trump, not a Trump supporter or an anyone supporter, but I'm coming at this from a place of human being, because I would say the same thing if a guy was doing this, if a guy was getting away with this shit. I'm saying the same thing as with a woman getting away with this shit. It needs to be a two-way street. If you're going to go after Harvey Weinstein and put him in jail, and granted Harvey Weinstein did some pretty heinous and evil shit, then you need to do this to Amber Heard. She needs to go to. I mean, maybe the time for going to court is already past that. But fuck with her, fire her, get rid of her. She needs to not be in this next Aquaman movie or anything else. Poor Johnny Depp. Yeah, he got fired from playing Jack Sparrow. That's the role that made him famous. There's videos of him going to hospitals, dressed as Jack Sparrow, and he got fired because someone accused him of doing something he didn't do. It's just fucking mind-blowing how insane this society is, where it's like, even if you're innocent, there's still people that are going to think you're guilty. But at the same time, there's that double standard. I guess I always say one problem at a time as a joke, but it seems like it's true. Now you look at Kobe Bryant. There's even in death, you still have people saying, "Oh, he was a rapist," like that fucking cunt, Evan Rachel Wood, saying he's a rapist and blah blah blah. And then you have someone like Michael Vick, who did very heinous and evil shit to dogs. And I love animals. I'm an animal lover. And yet he's still allowed back on Fox. You still see him on ESPN. And nobody says shit. And if you even bring up anything, you're gonna have these idiots that have the balls to say, "Oh, he's paid his debt to society. He blah blah blah. He blah blah blah." It's like, no, go fuck yourself. I don't want to see him on my television. I can't even watch Undisputed anymore because they fucking invite his ass on there. You know, I can't watch ESPN because every now and then they'll invite him on there. Like a guy like Michael Vick, fuck him. He doesn't deserve a second chance. He deserves no chances. It's just, I don't get it. No matter what you say, you're not going to get an answer. You'll get an answer, but it just won't be the answer you want. Anyway, Super Showdown. Oh, man. I gotta pull this up. Greatest WWE event in history. Oh, you guys already know I'm fucking with you on this head. So Super Showdown happened today. It was at, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. Central Time. It was today in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at the Mohammed Abdul Arena on the Boulevard. The first match was the pre-show match, the OC versus the Viking Raiders. The OC wins 10 minutes. I was not even really paying attention to this match. I wasn't really... It's weird because most of the show I was trying to pay attention to, but it was hard because it was just so fucking boring. But the OC wins this. It looks like I said it on social media. I guess I don't know if I'm overreacting, but it looks like the company just doesn't really care about the Viking Raiders. If you're going to have them lose clean to the OC. I mean, I don't know if I'm overreacting, but changing the name was probably the worst thing for them. They should have just let them be the War Raiders from the get-go. Or even just call them the Viking Raiders from the get-go. And not give them this Viking experience shit. I think DT might have alluded to that, where he said that the name change was probably the worst thing to happen for him. But, again, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is just the start of something for him. But then, I think it's tag teams. Tag teams are always tricky. It's not like a singles guy where he can have a big push and be a champion and then lose his title, but have to kind of go to the mid-card but still thrive and get that pushback. Tag teams are always different because you can't just have the same tag team match every week, i.e., WWE doing the whole, this is the last time you'll see the Usos versus the New Day. This is the last time you'll see the Usos versus the New Day. No, this is actually really the last time you'll see the Usos versus the New Day. It's tag teams are different. They're kind of weird. But the next match is the first match on the pre-show. I mean, the actual main show. It is the gauntlet match for the I want to say it right because I don't want to offend anyone. Tuwak Trophy, which was from what I can remember, it's a mountain in Saudi Arabia that I think represents strength. So, match was 22 minutes. The first guy in was R-Truth. And R-Truth getting a pretty big pop from Saudi Arabia, which is pretty interesting. And then you got Bobby Lashley, second guy in. Wins with a roll-up. Bobby Lashley is pissed off and he starts beating up R-Truth. Next person in was Andrade, back from suspension, I believe. And R-Truth wins by bumping heads with Andrade and then falling on him for a pin, which I don't get it, but okay. Not the worst pin of tonight, folks. Not the worst. We're not even talking about the main event. But after him was Eric Rowan. R-Truth wins by disqualification after Eric Rowan gets mad whenever he accidentally knocked down the cage. And then after that was AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes in and juking and jiving, making fun of R-Truth. For a white boy from the South, he has some pretty good dance moves. I'll give him that. AJ beats R-Truth by submission. Next after that, it's supposed to be Rey Mysterio. His music plays, and then it shows in the back that the OC is beating the shit out of Rey Mysterio. AJ demanding that he win the match. The referee tells the the referee tells the announcer, if Ray doesn't come out here to the count of 10, then AJ wins the match. So as they're counting, they get to 7 or 8, and all of a sudden you go to the Titantron and you see the OC get beat up by somebody. You don't know who it is. All of a sudden you see the bottom half. You see someone wearing a dark trench coat and boots. To which we come to find out it's the Undertaker. Undertaker comes out to, again, a nice entrance, great entrance. Doesn't even take off his hat or his trench coat. And chokeslams AJ with maybe not the worst chokeslam I've seen, but for the Undertaker, maybe the worst chokeslam I've seen to AJ. Pins him, 1, 2, 3. Undertaker is now the first holder of the Tuwa trophy. I feel like I'm saying this wrong. Is it Tuwa? I don't know. Somebody please let me know if I'm saying it wrong. I guess this sets up their match at Mania. I mean, I guess supposedly AJ was saying before he's the best superstar of the decade or one of the best wrestlers of the decade. He's better than anyone. He's Mr. WrestleMania. I don't know why Taker didn't take off his hat and his trench coat. I mean, I was waiting for a tombstone. I mean, it would have been interesting for a tombstone, but maybe Taker can't really work a full match right now. I don't know. This whole show is going to be riddled with confusion. Oh, you got Pac. He has Kenny Omega in submission. 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to sudden death. I don't know. I didn't watch the show, so I'm assuming they're going to sudden death. You know how wrestling shows don't follow their own rules. So next match, you got Miz and Morrison versus The New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This match was 13 minutes and 15 seconds. I was not really paying attention to this match. I was actually... What happened is I put it on pause, and I went to go feed my pets, my cats and my dogs. And then I went to go take out the trash and sweep up a bit. So I put it back on live, and the match was still going on. I didn't see the ending, but I hear it from my kitchen. I think it was either Miz or John Morrison that got the pin, and now Miz and John Morrison are tag team champions again, which, good, because that's kind of, I guess that's kind of what people wanted, is when you bring back Morrison, a lot of people were complaining when she's bringing him back as a singles guy by himself. It's like, well, the people haven't seen him in a long time. And also you got this new audience that doesn't really know anything about him. So you put him with a guy like The Miz, who they do know, like are more familiar with. So that way they can become more familiar with Morrison. So that way in the future, if there's ever a face turn with Morrison when he turns on Miz, which more than likely will happen, the face turn will get over a lot more because the people will be more used to Morrison because they like a guy like Morrison, the way he works in the ring. So, and the New Day, this isn't a hit for them. The New Day cannot be they can go on a dry spell for the rest of their career and never win a tag team championship again. They'll be fine. They're already over. They sell merchandise. They're popular. That YouTube channel that Xavier Woods has is it's making them money, so they're not hurt. They'll be fine. Next match, Angel Garza versus Humberto Carrillo in a singles match, 9 minutes and 5 seconds. I was surprised this match was on the card. I was surprised it wasn't like on the pre-show or just even on the show in general. Two things. I didn't know Garza and Carrillo were actually related. Because I kept hearing, because Corey Graves, talked about how they're cousins. So, that's interesting because I like both of these guys. I like Garza a little bit more. The match wasn't bad. The crowd seemed like they did not care, though. they seem like they just couldn't give two fucks. Which is sad because these two, you put them on any other show, they will tear the house down. The people will get invested in it. Put it on NXT, you put it on 205 Live, you put it on SmackDown or Raw. The crowd will love this match. This match obviously wasn't for this crowd. So, Angel Garza wins, which, no Selena, which I guess makes sense. Which is weird because they had Lana come out. They had Lana come out in a whole, get up. And then they had the women's match, which, talk about that one. But, Angel Garza wins. Next match is Seth Rollins and Murphy versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This match was 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay match. It's predictable. We knew the Street Profits were going to win. The Street Profits will be tag champions in the future, but maybe just not now. I want them to actually do something with them and show that they actually want them to get over, because it just seems like ever since they got on the main roster, all they're doing is these backstage vignettes. Montez Ford, to me, is obviously the guy. If these ever do break up, which they will, because they like breaking people up, he seems like the guy that will get over. He seems like the guy that will have a good singles career. I don't know, maybe not a world title career. Strange things have happened, but the guy can talk. The guy's money. The guy can work. Hawkins is best suited to be an attacker. He's the guy that's best suited to be the muscle of somebody. He's an Eric Rowan. There you go. He's an Eric Rowan. Next match, you got Mansoor. I like saying Mansoor. I like that name, Mansoor. Defeating Dolph Ziggler in a singles match, 9 minutes and 20 seconds. I like Mansoor. After the match, he beat Dolph Ziggler and pretty much said that he's going to be bumped up to the main roster, I believe. Which I like Mansoor. The guy can talk. He's a hell of a talker. He was on NXT TakeOver pre-show, and he was doing a hell of a job talking. He can enunciate pretty well, and he can also work too. He's not a flippy kicky guy. Like the quote Kevin Castle, I hate these flippy kicky guys. He seems more like a grounded, mat technical wrestler. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know if they're going to keep on NXT, which NXT is pretty much part of the main roster. It's the third brand. Or put him on SmackDown or Raw. So this guy will do a fine work. Next match, you got Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Ricochet for the WWE Championship. This match was literally 90 seconds. Before that, they had a vignette with Ricochet saying, "Why not me?" Saying that he's too small, which it's weird because Ricochet doesn't look small, but I think he's like an inch taller than me. So, but and they were just playing up to the fact Ricochet saying I'm too small, no one ever believed in me, and blah blah blah, and Brock's the beast, and blah blah blah, and match begins with Ricochet going for a drop kick. Brock literally just spins him around, just beats everybody and piss out of him. Suplexes him, and then F5s him. And then goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Not to say I thought Brock would... there's no chance in hell I thought Ricochet was going to win. At all. I at least thought he was going to get some offense in. Especially with the way he was, hyping... the way that the match was hyped up. You know what I mean? Because, Brock, when he works against smaller opponents, he tends to have better matches. When he had a match when he wrestled Daniel Bryan, when he wrestled AJ Styles, Finn, he has better matches with those guys. But then again, guys that are more over than Ricochet. They're more believable than Ricochet to have a match with Brock and look like they can stand a chance. Ricochet, I don't know what they want to do with him. I get why this match was on the card, but at the same time, I don't. Like, if this was going to be the reason why they had this match, they should have had this on like a Raw and not on a pay-per-view. This just seemed like a giant waste of time. I mean, if any, this match should have been on first, and it should have gone a lot shorter. But, again, it's not the worst thing that happened tonight. But, so it's pretty much Brock and, Drew McIntyre at Mania. In the main event, which I wouldn't doubt it. Next match, you got Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a steel cage match. This match is 12 minutes and 50 seconds. This is apparently the last match between the two, which thank God. This feud it went on way too long. It should have really just ended at Rumble. I guess they want to give Corbin something to do. They want to make him feel important. Like he's an actual king. Ooh, Luchasaurus. I don't know why I just kind of interested in seeing Luchasaurus. No, it was Marcus Stunt. No, I'm just going to turn away. I mean, it was just a basic match. It was a basic steel cage match. It seemed like it went by quicker. I don't really remember anything of note that happened. The only thing I remember is Corbin wrapping a chain around his hand and trying to go for a Superman punch on Roman. Roman Superman punches him, and then Roman gets the chain wraps around his hand, and Superman punches Baron. And that's literally the end of the match. He pins him. Which, like, again, I don't know if it's because I really wasn't paying attention that well, or maybe it just seemed like that's the only thing that happened. Again, the match just wasn't that interesting. Nothing of note happened. It was just a basic steel cage match. That's really all it was. But I'm glad these two are done. Roman more than likely is going to move on, to fight for the Universal Champion at Mania, which we're about to find out who it is. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. It's just ironic. But next match is the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley versus Naomi. 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Bayley winning. Man, I've come to grips with, I think Bayley just doesn't care anymore. Like, her matches are not that good. They're not as good as they used to be back in NXT. She looks so dejected. Like, she does not want to be here anymore. She hates her gimmick. She hates her role. She hates her stupid mom haircuts. She just, like, you can tell when she doesn't care. I haven't seen Bayley care in a long time. And it sucks because, Bayley at one point, you thought, okay, here's the female John Cena. John Cena's whole thing was, for kids. Mainly, little, younger kids, younger boys. They looked at John Cena as a super. Bayley's whole thing is, she, younger girls love Bayley. They looked at Bayley as a superhero. And the company pretty much fucked everything up. They made her, the whole thing, with Alexa Bliss, Alexa Bliss pretty much killed her career. And now she's the women's champion of SmackDown. She's been the women's champion since October, so it's 4 months, almost coming on 5 months. And it just seems like it doesn't matter. Like, nothing interesting has happened in her feud. She has not done anything of note that I can sit here and go, you remember that one time when she defended her title against blah, blah, blah? Like, she hasn't done anything interesting. Nothing about her character is interesting. She has the most generic fucking theme music I've heard in a long time. Like, this is theme music you could probably get on, what is it, like, Raw versus SmackDown 2007. Like, that's generic-ass fucking theme music. And then she just has these generic fucking matches, and her heel character is just generic as fuck. I'm mad at everyone, so I hate everyone, so I'm going to be a heel. It's like, oh my god. Like, how did Mish say it? This, what is it, Jeff Jarrett type heel? It's just like, ugh. It sucks. It sucks because someone that I used to really like, and it's not that I hate her. It's just that now anytime I see her on the card, it's just like, ugh. It's a Bayley match. It's the equivalent of like that episode of Family Guy when it was a Meg episode and Peter turns to the camera and it's like, yep, that's right, it's a Meg episode. There's the clicker. Change it. That's pretty much me with Bayley. It's a Bayley match. Oh man. This pay-per-view is going to ruin me. Naomi. It was the first time the women's championship was defended in Saudi Arabia, so that's a big thing. No trash, though. No urine thrown, as far as I know. Naomi got a pretty interesting pop. The crowd seemed to really like Naomi, seeing Feel the Glow. Bayley wins with her move, whatever the fuck it is. Nobody fucking cares. It's a big match. Now we get to the main event. The main event of the evening, people. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, versus Goldberg in a singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. I'll get to how long the match was because I'm looking at it right now. Oh man! So Goldberg comes out first. The Saudi Arabian crowd seems to like Goldberg, so I guess that's good. Then he had the Fiend come out, and he has this big lavish entrance. Goldberg spears him. The Fiend gets up. I'm just going to go through how the match fucking went. Fuck it. So Goldberg spears him at first. The Fiend gets up after one, and Goldberg looks shocked. And then the Fiend goes for a mandible claw. Goldberg gets out of it. Goes for another spear. Goes for another spear, and then goes for a third, I believe a fourth spear. And the Fiend gets up. And then he goes for another mandible claw. And then Goldberg positions the Fiend for a jackhammer. I don't know, it's because Goldberg is not as limber as he used to be, or because, Bray Wyatt is maybe a little bit more heavier than he used to be. He does probably one of the worst, maybe the worst jackhammers I've ever seen. And he gets the fucking 3 count. Goldberg. Oh man. Fucking Bill Goldberg at age 53 is now the fucking Universal Champion. Oh, man. Age 53. Oh, man. And this is from a guy who loves Goldberg, but in 2020, 53-year-old Bill Goldberg is now the Universal Champion. For a I think I'm losing my mind. My girlfriend literally, she was getting ready to go to work. I mean, she was already ready for work, but she just came in. She came in literally right when Goldberg pinned Bray, and she didn't see it, but she heard it, and then she hears, Goldberg is the new Universal Champion. She just looks at me like, what? And I just lost it. I fucking lost it. And I wasn't mad. I was just like, how? How? Let's be serious here for a bit. I'm gonna be like Lance Storm. I just want a minute to be serious for a little bit. So the rumor came out I think like maybe a week or a week and a half before Super Showdown, which was Dave Meltzer had reported that the WWE was looking to have Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at Mania, and then have The Fiend versus John Cena, which John Cena is making his return to the company tomorrow on SmackDown. We don't want to believe it. I mean, Dave Meltzer will say he'll strike fool's gold every now and then, but he was right. He found the gold. He's like Curly. He found the gold, and now Goldberg is the Goldberg is at age 53. Goldberg is now a 2-time WWE Universal Champion in 2020. Oh my god! Oh, I didn't think I think I laughed. I think I laughed as hard as. Oh my! I'm missing my words. That's how fucking befuddled I am. So it looks like we are getting Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at Mania. In the year fucking 2020, we're getting fucking Roman Reigns versus fucking Goldberg at Wrestle fucking Mania for a championship match. I think I lost my mind. Oh man. At WrestleMania, we are getting Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in the year 2020. Poor fucking Roman. Poor fucking Roman. He defeats cancer, and now he has to deal with this shit. Oh man. Oh man. This show is one off the rails. This is why the show's at 6, at 5. I don't know what that means, but that's just how it is. Oh man. And then we're getting John Cena and Bray Wyatt again, which Bray Wyatt is just dead. Just rest in peace of Bray Wyatt, and he's not dead. His career is like he makes this gimmick, which is interesting, which is over. It's selling masks, it's selling shirts. He has maybe the best entrance and the best entrance music, in the business. And, he has all the momentum. Becomes a champion in, 2 months. 3 months, actually. Actually, it was 2 months. And he fucking loses. I gotta stop laughing. I gotta be serious, because he fucking loses to a 53-year-old man who can't wrestle a full fucking match, who can only do like 3 or 4 moves. This, you know what? I might be over exaggerating. I don't know what's in this chocolate milk I'm drinking. I know you're not supposed to drink dairy products, before or during podcasting, but fuck it. But when that happened, I just looked over at my girl, I'm like, why do I still watch this? I mean, the only high spots are NXT. NXT hasn't really seemed to let us down. AEW's new. Give it. I'd say give AEW a year. I'm going to be fair to AEW. Give AEW another year. Let's see where AEW's at this time in. When did AEW start? September. So let's see where they are by September. And I don't watch JPW. I don't watch Ring of Honor, which is weird because I have Ring of Honor DVR'd. So anytime Ring of Honor comes on, like it'll come on like at odd times. It'll come out like late at night or in the afternoon. AEW, I mean, Ring of Honor is garbage. ANWA I watch. I've been really trying to get back into it, and I did. I love I love everybody on NWA, especially Thunder Rosa, from San Antonio, actually. She's a San Antonio girl, which I thought was pretty interesting. First ever Latina born superstar to win the NWA Women's Championship. So that's really fucking cool. So you got NWA to look forward to. You got other companies to look forward to, I said the same thing over and over again. WWE in the year 2020 has two guys as their world champions who can't work a full fucking schedule and who can't work a full fucking match. I mean, I give Brock credit. If it's a big match, Brock's gonna have a longer match, and Brock can work, but he gets winded after 7 minutes. I mean, case in point, the Rumble, when Shelton Benjamin went to go hug him and pat him on the back, you just saw this fucking sweat just like fly off of Brock. Goldberg just breaks a sweat as soon as he gets into the ring. Like how? I mean, I thought the point of the WWE was to build new stars and not constantly, bring back people from the nostalgia era. I mean, yeah, granted, putting the title on them brings more legitimacy to the title and it brings more eyes and ears because everyone knows who Brock is, everyone knows who Goldberg is. But to the casual fan that watches this, they see they see Goldberg destroy the Fiend in 3 minutes. The match is 3 minutes, by the way. They see Goldberg for the Fiend in 3 minutes. And they see a guy like Bray Wyatt and they go, I guess this guy really sucks. I guess this 53-year-old Goldberg guy is better than this younger, up-and-comer, Bray Wyatt. Which, Bray Wyatt's not an up-and-comer. He's been a champion before, but you know what I mean. It diminishes the value of a lot of the younger stars who are dying to get over, who are dying to be in that spot. But they can't because the company has no faith in them. And this is all a Vince McMahon thing. Vince McMahon needs to go. Vince needs to go away. And by go away, he needs to either die. I know it sounds harsh, but, I mean, it is what it is. Or he needs to just relinquish control to Triple H. Like, Triple H, I have a feeling if he runs the company, it'll be more like a wrestling company. Because he's obviously been running NXT, better. He's made it look like the success it is. Vince needs to go. In 2020, a 70-year-old man's idea of what a top star should be is having a 53-year-old man as your second world champion. And having a guy as the world champion who doesn't show up. And that's not Brock's fault. Before anyone jumps to any conclusions, that's not Brock's fault. That is the company for giving him that fucking contract. So, I don't have a problem with Brock being in the company. Keep him as an attraction. Have him be a guy that goes out there and beats the shit out of, a younger, cocky rookie. Do the same thing with Goldberg. They were doing fine with Goldberg. They had him come in and, beat the shit out of Dolph and just be an attraction and, sell tickets. I mean, and also, I guess the way I look at it is maybe that's what Fox wanted. maybe Fox wanted Goldberg as their champion. So I don't know. I don't know anymore. In 2020. In 2020, Bill Goldberg is the Universal Champion. Oh my God. He's currently holding the second most important title in North American wrestling. Because you got the WWE Championship and you got the Universal Champion. You got the AEW Championship. Well, I guess, actually, I'll put NXT at number 3, but AEW at 4. Then you got Ring of Honor. Then you got, I'm missing one. Impact Wrestling. Oh my God, guys. I don't know. I guess we can get to Revolution predictions just to take my mind off this. By the way, I did watch the R-Truth WWE documentary. Really good. I mean, it's no secret that R-Truth is one of the most beloved, one of the most likable guys in the business. You won't ever find anyone in this business that has a bad thing to say about R-Truth. Or Ron Killings, I mean. I had Kevin Castle on the show that says, one of his closest friends knows R-Truth, and he has nothing but good things to say about him. I know DT had nice things to say about him. I don't think I ever heard any wrestlers or any promoters or people in shoot interviews, have a bad thing to say about Ron Killings. And I know I ragged on him for the whole 24/7 thing. It wasn't really a thing on him. I guess it was more Carmella than him. I mean, as good as R-Truth is, as much as I love him, I don't think he can make me like Carmella. Like, I'm sorry, Truth, but the documentary is interesting. He was focused on being a football player more than anything. Then he ran into some trouble with the law. He started selling drugs. He got caught with a gun, I believe, speeding. And in jail, he actually met, I think it was Jim Crockett or Tim Crockett, one of the Crockett's, who was an announcer for WCW, who was just so happened to be in jail for a DWI, or a DUI, I mean. And he introduced Ron Killings to wrestling. I don't think Ron was... He didn't really mention if he was a wrestling fan before. So he introduced him to wrestling, took him to Nitro, and he got started in the Indies. And then he sent in a pretty much like an audition tape to WWF at the time. And Terry Taylor called him and offered him a contract. So he went to their territory at the time, which was Memphis. And Road Dogg overheard him, rapping in the crowd, and thought, this guy's going to be my tag team partner. Which I do. That's what I remember. He came in as K-Quick with Road Dogg, and I always liked him. I liked K-Quick. I thought he was very entertaining, good in the ring. And then he just went away. Like, it just seemed like he just poof, up and went. And R-Truth explained that, which was Road Dogg got fired. And then, in the end, Killings got fired. Which, he admitted he was frustrated. He was mad that he got fired for pretty much no reason. Like, they didn't really give him a reason why he got fired. And then Jerry Jarrett, who's the dad of Jeff Jarrett, called him and said, "Hey, man, we're thinking about starting this new company, TNA. We want you to be aboard." And Jeff Jarrett had never met Ron Killings up until that point. So when he saw, tapes of him, clips of him, he just automatically fell in love. He's like, why does this guy not have a job? Like, why is he still looking for a job? He should be somewhere. So they bring him into TNA, pretty much just had him go out there and cut a promo in WWF. And that's where the name The Truth came in, because he told him, hey, you speak the truth. So they call him Ron the Truth Killings. Became the first ever African-American wrestler to win the NWA championship, which, it's still a big deal. Like, that's not something that, to snap your nose at. He admitted it was hard for him to walk away from TNA because he loved it there so much. They gave him a chance when nobody else would. Went back to WWE in 2008. Actually, the story was that they were having a WWE in Charlotte, and he knew he was close to Umaga. Umaga told him, "Hey, call him. I heard they're thinking about hiring you back." He was nervous. He's like, "Well, I kind of talked a lot of shit about him, so I don't know if they want me back." He's like, "Just hire him back." So he calls him, and they talk business, and they brought him back in 2008, and the rest is history. He's been back with the company since 2008. That's crazy. And just going through his whole career since being back in WWE, when they first brought him back, he was treated as more of a wrestler, as more of a competitor. And then I remember his heel turn when he wrestled against John Cena, which was his only WWE Championship match in history. And he main evented a pay-per-view. And I remember thinking he could win. I mean, because he was over. I loved that heel gimmick he was doing. Then that's when they introduced little Jimmy and started messing with the idea that something's wrong with him, that he's got a screw loose. And again, you just had all these guys, these wrestlers out there saying, that work with the company, saying that, Ron just seems like he's not even in a bad mood. It seems like he never even has a bad day. He's always happy. He goes out of his way to help kids. He likes doing charity events. Vince seems like he absolutely adores him. Whenever Vince does these autograph sessions, he makes sure to have, Ron Killings at his side. Which kind of begs the question, if Vince loves him so much, why hasn't he, given him a title? I mean, the actual world title. Because Ron Killings, in all actuality, he probably should have been WWE champion a while back. I mean, because the guy's entertaining as fuck. The guy is over. The guy can work, too. I mean, he's a very good worker in the ring. And he's entertaining, gets a reaction. Why hasn't he been champion already? I mean, he had that run against Cena. But why not give the guy a championship? If you're going to bring back fucking 53-year-old Bill Goldberg and put a title on him, why not give Ron Killings a championship? I mean, it seems like it's only fair that people love R-Truth. So, but yeah, it's a good watch. You guys really are going to want to watch it. We'll close the show out with this Revolution prediction. Revolution is February 29th, which is Saturday. Chicago, Illinois. In the Wintrust Arena. I probably won't be able to watch it live. I'll see if I can get a link from somebody. Alright, let's try and go from the bottom at 8. Pre-show is SoCal Uncensored. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky with Christopher Daniels. The Dark Order versus the Dark Order with Evil Uno and Stu Grayson with Alex Reynolds and John Silver. I don't care. The Dark Order, I guess. And then you got the main show, Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Pac. I know people think this Orange Cassidy gimmick is funny. That they think it's hilarious in an ironic way. But it's stupid. I just think it's stupid. I'm sorry. Pac winning. Next match, you got Nyla Rose versus Chris Statlander. What are these dogs fucking barking at? Okay, they're not barking at the driveway. Nyla Rose is Chris Statlander. I guess Nyla Rose because she just won it. I did like her promo, by the way. Where she's basically saying, gonna beat all you bitches up, blah, blah, blah. That's how she should be talking. She should be talking like an ass kicker. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. fucking dog's barking at the kid from next door walking in his own backyard. Yeah, Nyla Rose, that's pretty much should be her gimmick. Have her be an ass kicker and have her simple as that. I like her. I like her gimmick from what I've seen. I like what I'm seeing, so keep it up. Then you got Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. I don't really care for either. I think Darby Allin's kind of a douche. I think Sammy Guevara kind of sucks. I don't know, I guess I'll go with the heel, Sammy Guevara. You got Jake Hager versus Dustin Rhodes. I mean, this should be solid. I mean, Dustin's really good in the ring. Jake Hager, I have not seen him in a while. I've not seen him wrestle since he was Jack Swagger, so I don't know how good he's going to be in the ring. I don't know how not good he's going to be in the ring. So I guess go with Hager. Tag team match for the PW World Tag Team Championships. You got Kenny Omega and Paige versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks. This, I guess this will kickstart, this Adam Page and Kenny Omega gimmick that's going to happen at their next pay-per-view, which I'm assuming is Double or Nothing. Makes sense to me. Then you got MJF with Wardlow versus Cody without Arn Anderson in a singles match. Oh, I put my money on MJF because I think MJF needs to rub a lot more. I've been singing his praises. He is one of the very few bright spots of the company. Cody can lose his match and he'll be fine. Cody is still Jesus in the eyes of the AEW fans. If he loses, this won't hurt his credit at all. He'll still get the same big reaction he'll get in the next, at the next show. So he'll be fine. So I think MJF needs to win a lot more. Then you have the main event. You got Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley. I saw the clip where Moxley headbutted Jericho and Jericho had to get those stitches. Holy fuck, Orange Cassidy does look a lot like Jason Solomon. That's crazy. I got sidetracked. I don't know. I'm kind of puzzled by this because I like Jon Moxley. I like Jericho. I don't know if they want to pull the trigger and give Moxley, the strap just yet. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. Since I've been very inner circle friendly tonight, I'm going to go with Jericho. I'm going to say Jericho's going to win it. Probably be a fuck finish, so we'll see. So those are my predictions for AEW Revolution. Make sure to go to Spreaker and look at my other podcast that I have, which is Yari Extra. My first episode, I had Ruben Prime on, where we just talked video games for a bit. It's basically just going to be like an extra show, hence the name Yari Extra, where we're just going to be talking maybe non-wrestling topics like live video games, movies. I'll have more guests on, guests that you haven't met. It'll be pre-recorded. It's not going to be a live show. It'll just basically be every other week. Also, go to my YouTube channel. You can listen to my show there, or you can look at my streaming videos. I'm currently streaming Last of Us. I'm almost done with it. I want to finish it before I play Part 2, which comes out in May, which I'm looking forward to that, by the way. After I'm done with Last of Us, which I should finish up by tonight, I'm going to start streaming Uncharted. I'm going to start the Uncharted series from number 1. I saw on GameStop that they're selling they have a bundle for 1, 2, and 3 for $17.99. And then they have Part 4 for $9.99, which, when I asked people on Twitter about the Uncharted series, the answer I got mostly was that Part 4 is the better one. And 1, 2, 3 are meh. So I'm going to be streaming a lot on YouTube now. So it's a nice way to kind of, make my channel a lot more relevant. And not just with my show. But, support me on YouTube. And support these other podcasts. Like Wrestling Soup, which should be on in, I believe, 30 minutes. I think it's about to come on in a bit. And go to their Patreon. You can, for just $5, you can hear shows like Gold Balding with our good friend John Draper. Go to DTKC because, according to Kevin Castle, nobody puts him over enough, which I do all the time. Go to their shows every Monday, after all. Go to their Patreon just for $5. You can get shows like KNT Chronicles with Trez, our good friend Trez. You get the Wrestling Court with Julie and Rob, which is every Wednesday. You can get B. Show Brian with his 2 podcasts. He has a horror podcast and a wrestling podcast. You got, let's see who else we're talking about. You got Bops and Bangers with my friend Peter. It's a music podcast. You got Fall Scott Rainier with Andrew Carlick, good friend of mine. I need to get him back on the show. And you got Ruben Prime, the Ruben Prime TV podcast. I believe he's on hiatus. You can pretty much hear him anywhere. What am I forgetting? I must be forgetting. If I'm forgetting someone, I'm sorry. But show love to everybody. Show some love to everybody's podcasts. Ooh, Shanna. Ooh. Oh my God, look at that ass. The only good thing about it is the fact that she's dressing up in Dragon Ball Z gear. Which I'm surprised TNT doesn't get hit with copyright strikes, which I know Disney owns. Doesn't Disney own the rights to Dragon Ball Z? I know they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. And the fact that she wears that and has those shorts. Oof. This has been a very all over the place type of show. But support everyone's show. And find me on Twitter at The Juriari Show, Instagram Juriari Show, Facebook page Juriari Show. You can find me on YouTube, same name. And like I said, I'll be streaming on there a lot. I'll be back next week. Same time, same channel. I don't know when the extra is going to be. I'll let you guys know about that. But like I said, that's a show that can happen at the drop of a hat. And that's about it. I guess for spoiling the show. And I'll see you later. Bye.